So these are amiami promotional flyers, or little art pack-in things that they will throw into your packages whenever you order something from Amiami. Amiami being a Japanese retailer who primarily specializes in selling otaku goods like figures, stuff like that, but they also sell other tangentially related otaku goods like plastic models, T-shirts, random little collectibles, cards, stuff like that. So if it's related to anime or video game merchandise and it's otaku oriented, it's probably on Amiami, like stuff that collectors would like, a bunch of little collector junk. Um, so they would always put in these little promotional flyers into the orders that you buy, and I'm pretty sure I've kept all of them. Maybe some of the earliest ones I don't have for some reason, but as far as I'm aware, I have most of them from all the orders that I've placed over the past couple years. And just as a point of reference, I don't order Ami Ami that much. I am sure that there are other people out there who order Ami Ami. Well, actually, I'm certain that there are people out there who, they got that monthly Ami Ami order dropping. I've slowed down pretty significantly. I only get a couple per year now. Since I'm not really collecting figures anymore, I'm mostly just getting some of the other stuff like Nijigen Cosplay t-shirts. Of course, the odd figure whenever there's a nice one that comes around. Um, but that's typically what I'm getting from them. Also like plushies and stuff. Uh, but I kind of want to know, like, I'm sure that there are other people out there who collect these flyers as much as I do, because whenever you get these in the package, you look at it and I'm like, that's nice art. I haven't seen that one before. And then I kind of slide it away. Uh, all of these little promotional flyers are done by a different artist. So, and they always credit them at the bottom right here. I'm sure that you can look them up on Pixiv if you're so inclined. But I'm just gonna kind of like look through some of these new, I don't know, newest to oldest, I guess, since that might be a little bit more interesting. And I'm sure I got some duplicates in here. I just want to mention that these are all about the same size. I did have one in a little bit earlier, but I just took it out that because it was not from amiami, it was from a different company. Now, but basically, what happens is that I get my order. I'm like, that's nice art, and I put it on my shelf. And it wasn't until the other day that I was like, dude, I have way more than I thought. And I figured it'd be kind of funny to go through some of these. So here is just, it's I believe it's Amiko. Is like the mascot girl, the one with like the ginger orangish hair, sort of, I guess. You can tell because she has the little Ami Ami A logo in as like a little hair ornament there. I'm not sure who this other girl is supposed to be. I'm not fully up to date on my Ami Ami lore, I suppose. But I like this one because it kind of looks like a storefront that you would see. I believe Ami Ami does have a storefront in Radio Kaiken in Akihabara, like pretty quickly after you get out of the Denkigai Gate. There will be the Radio Kaiken, which most people know as the Steins Gate building. But I believe that there's an Ami Ami store in there. The first time I was in Akihabara, I sort of like walked past it because it was just not that interesting to me. Because there are far more interesting stores in Akihabara. Like, is it kind of like a little side tangent? Like, I would see people, like, specifically gaijin, buying like figures and stuff in Akihabara, and I just never understood that because you're not really getting a good deal. Because, like, even if you buy from Amiami, or any other, like Hobby Japan, I don't know, wherever you buy your figures or something like that, you're essentially going to be getting a cheaper product than you would normally at MSRP because typically a lot of retailers have pre-orders for a little bit less. Like there's that incentive that if you pre-order it now, you get a little bit off. And right now the yen is so weak that it's like negligible that anyone buying figures right now are technically getting a good deal. And then shipping is not that expensive. Like if you're buying a figure that costs like 20,000 yen and shipping is like 3,000, it's like negligible, honestly. Um, but I just never understood when gaijin and stuff would buy figures in Akiba because you see them and they're carrying around the figure and stuff, and you're like, dude, how the heck are you gonna put that in your suitcase? Like, it's just this massive box that you're just gonna put into your suitcase, and it's gonna take up all your space. It's not like you're buying manga or video games or something like that that are a little bit more difficult to track down overseas. But like nowadays, you can buy everything you want from like Yahoo Japan auctions and stuff like that. But I guess my point is that for something that is not really logistically sound in terms of like throwing it into a suitcase, uh, I just don't understand why they buy that. But anyways, ramble aside, there's a little amiami storefront. Here they did a promotion with DHL. I don't remember exactly what it is. There's a little blue. Apparently, I'm colorblind. A blue-haired twin tail girl over there. Um, I guess it's part of the Ami Ami lore. It's just something I haven't really thought about too much. I really only know Amiko because she got like a plush by I believe it's a gift. A gift is the one who does the Toho Fumo Fumo. Um, Also, ought to mention that on the back they have various info in both what seems like English, Korean, and Chinese. And they were advertising their DHL collaboration. Shout out to DHL, easily the best shipping line. I will almost always pay for it if I want something on time and in good condition. Uh, Hashtag not sponsored, whatever. This is one of my favorites right here. This art, I might as well give a shout out. It's by Kona Kinako. I just really liked like how the shading of the art looks. You probably obviously can't tell because I'm filming this on an iPod Touch 4th generation. Uh, it's like what's the best way I can describe it? It sort of reminds me of a specific art style, but I just can't think of it off the top of my head right now. It's like just the way the colors work together, that it's sort of flat and not that super shiny that you see with a lot of modern like Pixiv core art. Like on right here, you see, you get that little like shading. This one's a little bit different. The characters don't look like super shiny, like they're made out of plastic or something like that. And of course, the girls are really cool and cute. I really like this little like penguin kigurumi or whatever sort of outfit. That's adorable. And then I also really like how their twin tails come out of the hood, because of course that would be part of the design if this was operating by the logic of the anime world. Got another one. This one's upside down. This one is, I don't know, it's kind of all right. It's sort of unremarkable in my opinion. Um, I think the art, like it is kind of nice, but it's just not really my thing. It's not really. I mean, these could be any two characters, I suppose. And I guess you could say that with anything else, but this one, like, you could swap the head and it could be the promotional art for any other anime or manga or video game or whatever. Now, I do really like the flowers though, specifically like the color palette that they have a lot of these reds and oranges. This was for May, but it almost seems like uh, I don't know, maybe like e- fall almost. I would say like August maybe, like end of summer type of vibe. Uh, I also like how it has this border that you don't see that too often right here. It does look nice. This one didn't have it, but this one almost looks like it's from a calendar right here because this one actually had when it was or when the art was made in 2017, but not necessarily when it was from. Now that I'm thinking about it, it doesn't specify when the package slip came in the package with. Uh, so like I don't know what month this came in. Like looking at this, I don't know. Is it came out October because this looks like a haunted mansion? Who knows? Oh, here's another epic one. This one is actually by I don't know how you say it, for Forihara, but it's the guy who does all those uh, art of the maids looking down upon you in disgust as you ask them to look at their panties. Like you know exactly what I'm talking about right here. But he also does that one little cat girl with the t-shirt. I don't know. I never found that one appealing. This one kind of mixes the two. That you kind of see that look of disgust appearing right here, like not amused at all, whereas Amiko is kind of into it. But anything that has to do with cat girls is automatically gonna be bumped up a couple points. But I do like this guy's art. It's really nice. It's 40 hara maybe, I don't know. I never understand like when Japanese artists they do these type of names with like letters and stuff and numbers in them. But I don't know if it's supposed to be like Yonjuhara or something like that, or Yon Maruhara. Maybe I don't know Yon Maruhara, Yon Zeruhara. Who knows? But this one's a nice one. There's on the back. I don't know. Was this Easter? Was this April? Maybe I don't know, dude. Oh, dude, here's another banger right here, man. Look at this art. You got the whole Usapion outfit going on right here. I'm totally into this one. Who is this by? It's by D Smile. I'm gonna have to look this person up later on, because this art is fantastic. Like I totally forgot this one. This one looks good. Distinctly remember there was a stretch of time. Maybe it was this one where like I was just getting consistently good package art right here that Amiami was throwing in. But this one's really nice. I do like the faces and specifically like the hair, like the bangs right here, a little bit more angular, and then some of the shading like right here under the arms make it stand out. But generally speaking, like the colors and the composition of the characters is kind of how they are right here with the little like the geometric background and the little ribbon right here, kind of tying everything together. Really nice. And then the random little bunnies just hopping around. This one might be one of my favorites, if not my favorite thus far. Here's another really nice one. This one's illustrated by Rhea. It looks kind of familiar. Maybe, if I had to hazard a guess, maybe they do like modern, like visual novel art and stuff like that. That's kind of what the vibe I'm getting from it. Just basically how, like, I don't know, just kind of like the faces and the eyes are. But I might be off base. I also like kind of how you see. You obviously probably can't see it with this low resolution camera, this old camera, but you kind of see right here. I don't know what it's called, but it's sort of like how the color transitioned over here with these little dots. Not dithered, but like something else. This one's nice. This one looks like DeviantArt. I'm kind of sorry, dude. Like the faces are kind of interesting, but there's something about how the colors are, specifically how the background is. It seems like it's almost obviously it's a two-dimensional image, but it seems like it's on the same layer as the characters right here. Like they were drawn on the same layer because there's no differentiation really between like the colors of the background and the characters. That it kind of all like becomes this messy image, and that's kind of why I don't like Western art, because you see a lot of stuff like that. Obviously, it's not like the norm or whatever, but you see it a little bit more, especially when you go to like anime conventions and you go to like Artist Alley and stuff. You'll see similar stuff. That this looks like if you looked up like how to draw a manga 101 and you came away with this. Like it's not bad art. I can't draw this, but like it's just it kind of has that like deviant art a stench from it, unfortunately. Here's another one. I'm not really too impressed with this one. I'm gonna kind of move on a little bit quicker. I just immediately saw the face and like the bangs right here. It just kind of looks strange. Just not a huge fan of. This one's pretty cute. We got what is probably something from October, because this is Halloween themed. This one is by Kanzarin. You can see some well-endowed blue hair girl over here. I don't know what her name is. Whenever I flip it over, it's always Amiko. Who is she? Who is this blue hair girl that looks vaguely like that one VTube gal? What's her name? Suise or whatever. It looks vaguely like that, which is not a good thing, because then like all the characters are going to start to look the same. Alright, I think I lied. I think this one is my favorite illustration. Actually, I don't know. This one's a little bit more moe leaning, and my heart is telling me this one. But like my brain is telling me the other one. But I'm probably gonna have to follow my heart with the two lowly cat girls right here. And I really love when they do cat girls when they have like more like animal defined features like this right here, or like specifically like the ears. Like it's kind of a it's an art, dude. It's an art. The art of cat girls. Let me find one of the other cat girls so I can kind of show you. Uh, it's about the ear size. Here is the one by 40 Hara or Yon Maru Hara or whatever. That you kind of see like the little white fur right here. This looks a little bit more realistic. This one kind of looks like the ears on Tails from Sonic, right? It's a little bit more cohesive with the design. This one obviously is cohesive as well, but the ears feel a little bit large. These feel a little bit smaller, and since they have a little bit also the smaller fur on the inside, it just makes it look more as a part of their hair, I guess. And I just feel like you can kind of see a size difference. That the blue hair girl over here has slightly larger ears, which adds to the moe points, whereas the little smaller ears are on Amiko. And you can tell, dude, just by the smaller ears, you know, Amiko, along with that expression, she's a little bit more Genki. And we got a little dandere going on over here. That's but like, you don't even have to look at their ears or their face, dude. You could just look at this half of the image, and you tell girls with black tights, they're the shy ones, dude. They're the dandere, and the girls with the white thigh highs, you already know they're gonna be more Genki or they're gonna be the main heroine. This one is probably my favorite art, and it's by Saeki Sora, who I probably know from something, but I'm not, I can't really pull it out of my brain right now. So there's this one. This one's nice. Next up, we have some bunny girls. I'm just gonna say it. I'm not as into bunny girls, and sometimes bunny girls are drawn a little bit weird, and especially with like anime girl proportions, it always just seems kind of off to me. That look how slender and small her top, like her torso is, and then like how wide her hips are, and like the legs just seem like they're coming out from like hip joints over here, like if they were a doll or a figure. It just seems wrong, dude. It just seems weird. And then it always bothers me when I see like, not specifically with bunny girls all that often, but like school Mizu and stuff like that, when you see the belly button, it just seems it it just seems like this thing is so freaking tight on them that they can't breathe. If like their belly button are exposed that visibly, it's just kind of strange, dude. I don't know. I'm not huge into bunny girls. In this art, it's all right. We got some pretty cute art right here. Immediately, the first thing that bothered me was the lack of a pupil in the eye. You can kind of see a very small little thing in there, but it just looks like she has no soul. The blue girl does have a little bit of a pupil over there, and an interesting swimsuit. Like, it looks like completely see-through, like they're wearing some sort of serafuku thing, but they got like this shimpan design going right there. Like, I don't know what this is or why it's like this, but I'm digging this this little clear mini skirt, dude. I wonder what they're drinking. I actually have two of these. I probably went in pretty hard that month. Here's another one. We got a little Maho Shoujo Amiko. I like this one actually. It's another one by Rhea. I think we saw one by her, or actually I'm like 90% sure. My short-term memory is completely fried right now. But I do like this one a lot. Compared to the previous Rhea, this one is a little bit more cohesive, I think. I don't even remember what the other one was. I'm going to judge this one on its own merits, but I like it a lot. I do like me some Maho Shoujo. I like the little stars right here. They're not super plentiful. I like how this one's behind and this one's a little bit more in the foreground. The most striking thing about this design, though, two things actually. As I bring it in closer to her legs. I really like these little frills. You can't see it that well with the camera, obviously, but they're like multicolored, and it's not necessarily a gradient. but like it's kind of pink right here, and then it's a slightly different color underneath, perhaps. If not, that's just the shadow. But I like how it gives it a slightly different color, like a really soft lavender, almost a blue. And then in here you can see like a very soft pink, and like when the frills go in and out and stuff like that. There's the colors are they're slightly darkened up right in here and not like a complete shadow, and I like how that gives like a unique gradient that you can kind of see when I pull it apart, that it's kind of like there's some blues and purples in here that's really nice. Always love these type of shoes right here. I don't know what the heck they're called, dude. But I like these little red Wizard of Oz type of shoe thing there. Um, I don't know. It's a really cute pose. I like how she's really happy because it makes me happy too. Shout out to Rhea. It's a real one out there drawing the cool Maho Shoujo art. Here's the back. There's Amiko. It just bothers me. I've looked at almost all of these and I haven't seen the other girl on the back. Nazo no Shoujo no. I'm just gonna call her Aoi-chan. It's probably her name. I'm not gonna put it past them to make the blue girl Aoi-chan. But as you can see, actually, between like these two orders, this one was before and this one was a little bit after. Aoi-chan is not in this one. This, by the way, this one's going to be probably my third favorite. Here is this one right here by Chamadu. It almost looks like Nanahida art from like a Nanahida album, but I don't think it is. I've always internalized this one as like Nanahida art because for a while this one was on the top of my stack. So whenever I looked at it, I thought about Nanahida. I do like the more geometric style that you can see right here. A lot of interesting patterns. It's really cool, and you get the little bunny aesthetic going. I guess Amiko is associated with bunny rabbits. So there's that. Actually, we see Aoi-chan has returned. We got some Megane Shoujo to close this off. I don't actually know, now that I'm thinking about this, when I got to the end, if these are all necessarily in the order that I received them in. Because it's possible that like when I first received a couple orders, I was just like, I'm going to put the cutest one on top so I could see it all the time. And now it's just occurring to me that that's probably what I did, whereas now I'm doing them in sort of chronological order. So the last half is probably not necessarily in the order that Amiami distributed these flyers out as, but I guess it's like a general ballpark estimation. But like, are we really here to see a historical like archive of Ami art prints? I mean, I have some. I have a few. Only a few. But I don't have them all. It's an interesting thing to collect. It's not the type of thing that you think about collecting until you have like 20 of them like me, and then you look at them. It's a cool thing though. I really like them. It's like, you get an Ami order and you get some cute art. You never know if you might find a new favorite artist. Like, crap, where is it? Like, Kona Kinako. I'm like, gotta look her up on Pixiv. You never know what you're gonna find, and that's probably one of the best parts about this. That you might see your favorite artist, or you might find someone completely new. But regardless, you're gonna be looking at some cute girls alongside your order that you picked up from Amiami, which is pretty nice. This was a very long-winded ramble about Amiami promotional flyers that they throw into your box that most people probably don't think about. But I'm sure more people think about these things than what you might think, maybe, or like what I might expect. Like a lot of people out there are probably like me about these things. They're pretty into them, but it's just not something that we think about daily, basically. But anyways, that's the video.